Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Daily Pause. How was your full moon? So yesterday we celebrated the full moon meditation. In the morning, we did the full moon bath with Luang Pi Burin, and then at nighttime we had full moon meditation with Peace Point meditation. And then today, randomly, I just saw the article that today is actually um, the day that you'll be able to see like the biggest super moon, and it is called super flower moon for this May, and it is the last biggest super moon of this year 2020. So today is we are very fortunate that we have Luang Pi Pasura with us again, and yesterday he also led the full moon meditation for Peak Point meditation, and tonight, why not, let's celebrate this last full moon of the year again on May 7th with Luang Pi Pasura. Besides the full moon meditation today, he also going to share the tips with us, 5 tips to help you overcome anger. Overcoming anger in regular time is already pretty difficult for so many people, but during this time in the crisis, dealing or try to manage that anger during this crisis, it's even harder. So this is why we also would like Luang Pi Pasura to share these tips with all of you. All right. Without further ado, um, I like to invite Luang Pi Pasura to guide us in meditation and also give us the Dharma talk.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to the Daily Pause, and of course, it is special occasion of Super Moon meditation that we are going to be doing this very shortly. Actually, if some of you who may have joined the Peace Point meditation that we have conducted the full moon meditation, I have mentioned a little bit about the significance of the moon. And actually, I like what the comparison people has made this time with the super flower moon. This is actually with the sense of blossoming, so emerging or new beginning or something coming to fulfillment. And in fact, a lot of culture talking about the moons as the representation of fulfillment, achievement, wisdom, eternity, including beauty. So the reason because you see that normally darkness refers to ignorance. When we live in the dark, we have no clue what happened with our life, what the direction we should navigate our life towards. But whenever there's light, we know the direction, we can see further, we can move forward to wherever we should be. So that's the difference between darkness and the light. And since the moons always appear in the night, so it gives light for those who lost in the darkness. And that's why the moon has become the symbol of wisdom or knowledge. So as we're using this particular occasion to meditate, so in order to do that, we start by reconnecting with our inner energy, inner pure peace energy that already exists within ourselves. It can only be reached whenever the mind stands still. And with that mental purity, it allows the mind to deeply connect deep inside and finally empower and allow us to amplify that peace energy all around. So we're going to be like the moon, selflessly sharing its light to those who lost in the dark. And especially during this time of the epidemic, when a lot of people grows very worried about their well-being, their life, and any other aspect of life in the future as well. So we can use this as occasion of super flower moon to radiate our positive energy so that we can really feel this sense of happiness, calmness, and purity. Back to the concept of meditation, I just have one short and simple tips for you. As we may have learned a lot of time that meditation is a combination between, in terms of techniques, it's a combination of awareness and comfort, how we can keep the balance between awareness and comfort. If we put too much awareness or attention, it grows very tense, it becomes uncomfortable, which means the mind can't stay still. On the other hand, if we make it too comfortable, too relaxed, we end up falling asleep because it's just the sense of comfort sort of reduce the amount of awareness we have. So as a result, we fall asleep. So the key is to keep these two in perfect balance or equilibrium. In order to do that at the beginning, let your awareness hang on to comfort. Let the awareness hang on to comfort. As long as you're hanging on to the sense of comfort and relaxation, it's like a boat that's cruising along the river. As long as it stays on the river, our mind is right there where it needs to be. So whenever we started to get losing awareness, slightly open your eyes, let it hang on to the sense of comfort again. Continue to reconnect with that again and again. It allows ourselves to deepen our state of meditation. So as it comes to the practice of meditation, balance is the key. When we are able to achieve our mental balance, it is also easier to apply that balance in daily life. Everything in the world has its own balance. Too much of anything will not be good for ourselves. So in order to find that balance, it begins with understanding ourselves. And that's why the concept of meditation is about bringing our mind to stay still within. When we bring it back inside, we are able to see within ourselves. We are able to understand, reflect upon ourselves a lot better. And with that mental clarity, we grow to better understanding. And that will relate it to what we're going to be sharing after the part of the meditation, how to overcome anger. Because that part of self-realization, self-understanding, help us to overcome anger easier than when we lack of understanding. It goes into frustration. So, in this occasion of supermoon, and of course at the end of the meditation, if you have any questions related to meditation experiences, in order to help you deepen your experiences, please feel free to ask at any time. Because sometimes we may have encountered hindrances and we might think that this is normal, or we might be too shy, too embarrassed to share these questions. But in fact, it's something that could be just a little block that hinder us from moving forward. When we are able to just unlock that hidden potential, that we are able to moving forward a lot better. So please don't be shy in asking any questions, because questions allow us to understand a lot better. Now, since we're talking a lot about this supermoon meditation practice, during the part of the meditation, after we relax our mind and our body, we're going to be using the moon as a symbolization. Visualization of practice in the meditation is not about trying to see the image clearly, but it's all about feeling the sense of image. When you look at the moon, I want you to imagine your eyes open first. When you look at the moon, how do you see it? How do you feel? Do you feel the way the moonlight radiating so warmly, and the way that is so enchanted, as it is so captivating that we are being drawn into the moon, right? So that sensation of the moon. Imagine the sensation of the moon but appearing within yourself. Let the full moon represent your mind until you feel that your mind and the full moon becoming as one. It doesn't matter whether the image that we visualize is clear or sharp. What matters is that the awareness of the characteristic of the moon is always there. And when the mind stands still, that inner light will grow more intense afterward. We don't try to make it sharp or make it clear. We just let it slowly appear. Just like the moon rising when it's at dusk, we don't force the moon to appear. We wait long enough for the moon to really rising up on its own. Okay? So, without any further ado, so we can leave sometimes at the end for the part of the question and answer. So please adjusting your sitting posture. Stress by stretching your body a bit, stretching your neck. Very good. Stretching your shoulders too. Rotating your shoulders a bit. Make sure that you're taking some time to really loosen up the entire body. Loosen up your arms, your hands, stretching your whole finger. Rotate your wrist a bit. can also stretching your legs, feet, and toes. Slightly move them all. Now that the body feels a bit more at ease, then adjusting the sitting posture. There is no need to rush in closing the eyes. Taking some time while adjusting the sitting posture to draw attention back to yourself. Feeling aware of your entire body, being present right here in this place. Feeling the sensation on your skin. Feeling your breath as we are inhaling, softly and gently. Feeling it goes all the way down to the end of our breath in the middle of the abdomen. And exhale so tenderly. Repeat again. Take it so deeply and gently. And exhale. Inhale very deeply, slowly. Feeling your back slowly stretching up with your chest expand. And exhale, allowing the entire body to settle at your relaxed and comfortable posture. At the same time, feeling that the eyes gently close in the way that our eyelashes gently touch one another so tenderly that we can feel the relaxation around the eyes slowly spread throughout the face and the entire body. With the awareness of ourselves, let us observe our sitting posture and make adjustment if there is any part that feels tense or uncomfortable. Adjust until we can feel the flow of our blood circulation run smoothly from head to toe without any obstruction. Relaxation is the most natural state of our body, and meditation is a mental journey back to the very original state, and that begins with body relaxation. So let us relax every muscle, beginning from the top of our head and move it down to the forehead. Move the attention down to the eyes, nose, both of the cheeks, feeling that the entire facial muscles are relaxed. Slowly move the attention to relax the muscle at the back of our head and gently move it down to the neck, where we can keep our chin square so naturally. Relax our shoulders, feeling it goes down along both of the arms, hands, all the way to the tips of our fingers. Feeling that our head and face are so relaxed. Let us bring the attention to relieve our chest from tension and let it move down to the abdomen, hip, down to the thighs, knees, calves, feet, feeling the weight tension is flushed out through the tips of the toes. Relieve the entire body from remaining tension until the entire body feels empty, hollow, and spacious inside. If there is any part feeling tense or tight, please take the time to make adjustment and relieve those parts from remaining tension. Once we found that body relaxation, it will always be a starting point for us to return to take one step at a time towards deeper state of peace and calmness. Let the entire body be so relaxed. Facial muscles, shoulders, elbows and hands. While the entire body is becoming so relaxed, let the mind decompress. Allow the mind to free itself from any remaining frustration, irritation, worries, or any other problems may have been hidden or suppressed deep inside the mind. Let them all out. Let them all go. Free the mind from any remaining negativity. Only when we free our space from negativity, peace and happiness can return to claim its own spot. So let us relieve the mind from any worry, frustration, whatever have been bothering. Let them out, let them go, feeling as if we are blowing them all away from the entire system. The more we can free the mind, the lighter and more spacious aroma will be. That is when aroma can easily stand still and return to its natural state, the state of peace and tranquility. As the mind slowly being free, we begin to have the sweet taste of freedom. It is so light, weightless, spacious. It only happens when we unburden the mind, let them all out, let them all go. As the mind is being freed, imagine that we are in the middle of a vast open space. Our personal zone of peace, feeling the zone expand all the way to the horizon. In the zone, there is no judgment, competition, no disturbance or intrusion of any kind. Just ourselves being in the middle of that open space, amidst the vastness. Expand to the skyline. From here, we can see each thought passing by. We can acknowledge any external distraction that appears. They are existing so further away in the distance. Here in the zone, nothing can take our peace, comfort, and tranquility away. So let our attention hang on to this mental comfort. If there is an intruder appearing inside, we let it out into the border of the space so far away. Here, we let everything remain steady, calm, in complete stillness. Filling the entire space encircle our being. And little by little, the body is becoming as one as our surrounding. Slowly integrate with the atmosphere. What remains and appears is the center space deep within ourselves at the abdomen. That is where our mind will rest, will be. So let it gently touches upon the center space deep within. The touch is so tender that we can feel gentleness radiating around as the mind falls into the embrace of inner peace. Right there, deep within, right there, at the center space. Let it fall deep inside, in the middle of the abdomen, or any spot that feel most comfortable to rest, to be. From the center space, everything withers away. What is left is this purity of peace, so clean, so prestige. When the mind stands still, it will connect with our pure peace energy. It's always there within, is our original capacity. It was clouded by our negativity, desire, craving, frustration. When we bring our mind back inside, that cloud of negativity is lifted, and brightness will return once more. Let us amplify that is energy by visualizing a bright full moon. Let it represent our mind shining so bright within. Let the warm moonlight radiating in all directions. Its light is so enchanted, so comfortable. The touch of the moonlight is so gentle wherever it goes. Let the moonlight shine within, radiating peace energy from within. The more our mind stands still, the brighter the moon will be. By any action, be as simple as we can. Be completely still at the center space. Let the mind immerse into that pool of peace energy, into the moonlight. In there, our mind is even freer, lighter, more spacious. In there is no space of negativity, no hint, no trace of darkness. There is only light and peace. Let the moon continue to shine, to radiate, just like the moon in the sky, sharing its light so selflessly to all people, creatures, to everyone, everywhere. Let the moon radiate all around. Let our collective His energy continue to amplify, so bright, so calm, our awareness touches the center of the moon so tenderly. With that gentle contact, waves of peace energy expand across the space to the horizon. 360 degrees, filling the skyline at the very far end. With the full moon here in the middle of that space, that source of light in the middle of that space within. Here is where the mind belongs, its long lost home. Now the mind returns to be where it belongs, deeper in, so bright. Let the mind remain deeply still at the center of our peace energy. Let us allow it to expand, to grow from within, radiating until it covers the entire space to the horizon, the entire neighborhood, city, state, country, and the rest of the world. Just like the moon, giving its light, its warmth so generously wherever it reaches. That peace energy embrace all creatures with love and compassion. Let our light chase away all the darkness of sadness, sufferings, and sorrow that clouds humankind. Let this light expand, grows all around, wherever it reaches. May it brings joy, peace, happiness. May all creatures, people, free from violence, hatred, prejudice. May this light bring the values of compassion to blossom in every person's mind, heart, and soul. Let this light expand indefinitely. Now that we have brightened up the rest of the world, it is time for us to re-emerge into this world of peace. Gently draw our attention back to feel our body sensation, the sensation of our face, hands, and the body. Let us slowly breathe deeply in, feeling the air passing all the way down to the end, and exhale so tenderly. Inhale so gently, feeling the air reaching out to every part of ourselves, and exhale. Let's breathe again. Inhale so deeply, reaching where the breath turns, and exhale. Now that we are feeling more comfortable with our body and the mind, let us slowly stretch our neck, rotating it a bit, and stretch our hands, arms, rotate our shoulders, stretch our legs, rotate the ankles. And when you feel comfortable, gently open the eyes and breathe a few times after, and stretch a bit more. So that concludes our supermoon meditation part. I hope that you have reached to the point where we reconnect with our inner self, our collective consciousness, where it holds this immense amount of peace and energy. It's actually our hidden capacity that has been lost for a very long time. Whenever we reach there, it brings back this sense of tranquility, calmness, stability, and that's actually beginnings of the mind, which related to the second part that we are going to be talking about today, about tips to overcome anger. Imagine what it feels like right now at the end of the meditation. We don't feel like yelling at people. We don't feel frustrated over any or to really feel it in this way. But most of the time, we grow impatience. We grow the sense of lacking the patience to take times for things to blossom, taking some moment before try or overly controlling everything. That leads us to frustration and anger. Before dealing with the anger, first beginning to understand the state of the anger. There are two parts of the anger. Number one is our internal anger. each of the day that things goes by, we have been growing impatient or we're growing this internal anger over time. Imagine what it's like when you get up in the morning, rise and shiny. It feels calm, it feels happy, it feels rest, it feels peaceful, right? But then when we started to go over our daily life, when we go to our toilets, when we can't keep things tidy, when we can't find our purse, our wallets, our car key, when we leave the house, we face traffic, when we go to the office, we see annoying boss and upsetting client, and things started to goes wrong and wrong. We slowly accumulating that internal anger little by little. At some point, it started to be ready to explode like a time bomb. So, and that leads to the second part. The second part is external trigger. This external trigger that the moment is add up on top of our accumulated internal anger, it will be enough ingredient for everything to explode. And that's when we burst out into yelling, to being mean, to even act on our anger. So we don't really like the outcome because we realize when we act on our anger, it tends to bring damage, disaster, destruction. The thing is that whenever we are angry, when we act on our anger, it never be constructive. It's always be destructive. We want to take things down. We don't want to build. Can you build anything when you get angry? You don't really build up anything. We want to destroy. We want to take things down. We want to cut the tree down, breaking the house down. That's the feeling. It's like a fire that burns everything on its way. So we can't extinguish fire with fuel. It has to be with water. And the sense of peace at the end of the meditation is that cool water that will rinse down the heat. But of course, we can't stay in that state of meditation all day long to cool it down the whole time. But at least first thing first, in the long run, to be more preventive is to do this part of mindfulness in many times in the day. If you split into many times in the day, to simply close the eyes, take a deep breath, feel the air touch within ourselves, isolate ourselves, and be in the zone where we can observe our surroundings. If we do that many times in the day, we are able to reset our mind so it becomes more stable, which means we are reducing this internal anger that we have accumulated. So even though there might be some unexpected circumstances that add on top of the internal anger from outer sources, but at least it will not be enough to reach the state of explosion. So at least we can still behave with more awareness, more consciousness, rather than act out on our anger. Now, that is something to do long term. It takes time to cultivate the habits. But what happens if it's the short term, that I get really upset right now so much that I want to punch someone?
Yeah.
That is different issues. But first thing first, human mind, whenever it focuses on anything, it magnifies. So when it grows anger, when it focuses on things that make us feel dissatisfied or grow impatient or frustrated, that anger grows a lot more too. So the key is that when we shift our focus to where it is, it changes the mood immediately too. So that is actually the trick and as a foundation how to deal with the anger. To be honest, I used to be a short-tempered person. I really get upset quite easily before. Actually, now I'm trying to work on it as well. But to be honest, it takes sometimes to really overcoming it. But what I really learned, the first step, the first tip is to pause before responding. Normally, we like to correct things on the spot, immediately, spontaneously, and that transforms our response into reaction. So it's like something hit me, I hit back. Something hit me, I hit back. So that hitting back, it doesn't go through the process of reflection at all, that what is happening, why this is happening, and how I can resolve it. It doesn't go through this T process. It's just simple rules of cause and effect, action and reaction. And with that, the harder it comes, the harder it bounces back. So we tend to bounce it back and put a lot more with our internal anger out. So that's why it ends up acting out on our anger. So the first tip is pause. Whatever the situation is, pause. Anyone who is short-term must be realizing that you can feel that burning sensation within yourself, and it's like a steaming coming up to your head. And before you know, the steam is coming out of your ear, right? So when the steam is coming out of your ear, that is when you started to talk, to yell, and to act on the anger. So when that started to happen, whatever happened, pause. When we pause, it's reducing. At least we don't act out on our anger. And it gives us the time to make a reflection. Imagine if you're driving your car on the street and somebody cut in front of you. There are two choices. Number one, saying, what the heck, and let it go. Number two, roll down the window and give him the finger. Normally, we like to do the second thing, right? Because it's our habit, that is our reaction. But if we pause a bit, we can use little trick to pause, like a little word of reminders, like here and now, or take a deep breath a few times in order to recollect ourselves back in here, back inside. It gives us a sense of pause, and that pause will lead to the reflection that it's just another person on the street that I have been facing every single day. It doesn't really worth me exploding all of our anger. So with that, it allows us to take it easier. But if we continue to focus on that person's face, we end up rolling out the window and give that person a finger for sure. So pause is the first thing. Number two, stop talking. We tend to end up trying to express our anger. That saying goes that explain our anger, don't express our anger, and it will bring resolve, not argument. But we love to express our anger, thinking that we are explaining our issues. At that moment, we are not really explaining reasonably, logically. We are explaining our anger, we explain our emotion, how I feel, rather than explain the scenarios. So that's why the more that we're talking about, the more we're getting upset, because we're growing impatient, like, why don't you get how frustrated I am? But to resolve the conflict, to resolve the issue, it's not about resolving how I feel, but resolve the matters that we cannot come to agree together, which is about meeting halfway. When anger happens, we don't try to really come into the compromisation. We want to just win. We want it to win the argument. And that's the difference between resolving and explanations. Don't express your anger, explain your anger. So if you can't explain, stop talking. There are moments that we need to walk away, stop talking for a while. Taking some time to really put these back into order so that we can start it to really see it all again. So taking some time for that. Now, number three, which is related to number two. Resolve doesn't mean winning. It doesn't mean winning. It means actually when we fall into this trap of anger, we want to win. We want to fight. It's about winning or losing. But resolving doesn't mean winning. It's about going to this state, it is space of compromisation, where we all agree together that how can we resolve this and really moving forward from this issue, how we can change the scenario to something else. But when I act on my anger, like I have an argument with you, it doesn't matter what the situation will be at the moment. It's about, I don't want to lose. I just want to win. I can be as stupid as I want to be in order to win. So that's actually what happened when we put this hat of destruction on our head. We try to just win. And it can be so stupid. And even we reflect upon ourselves, at the end, we realize how stupid I have been too. So remind ourselves that it's not about winning. I don't have to win. Just by walking away doesn't mean we lose. The person that we win is over ourselves. Number four, when we pause already, take one step to look from the third party or from outsider perspective. Imagine if we look at the scenario from the other perspective, from the side. How do I see myself? And how, as an outsider, resolve whatever is going on in the moment? Should I walk away? Should I explain? Or should I engage in any different actions? Because when we're standing right here and looking from our eyes only, we don't see how the world is reacting upon us. So we tend to just burst out based on our emotions only. But when we take a step, but looking from the side, we started to see the scenario and it create different perspective. And with that, we started to see cause and effect. We started to be more aware of the outcomes so that we become more careful in making the choices. But it can only happen after we pause our action. Number 5, reflect and forgive. At the end of the day, the best and the most important aspect of anger to be overcoming, is to forgive. It's not worth it at the end of the day. So when we started to make this pause, then take a step into the side, we can start to make a reflection about the current scenario. Is it worth it that we have to engage with that and end up feeling bad about ourselves for many days afterward? So how can we really reflect and just forgive? Forgiving doesn't mean that we giving the gift to the others, but we giving the gift of freedom back to ourselves. That is forgiveness. We free ourselves from the burdens of angers and these burning sensations. So our mind return to set of peace again. And that's why it's not about winning over others. It's about winning over ourselves. So when we started to let it go, I was like, okay, I forgive you from that. I don't want to win anything. But if it's me to explain it, I will try to do my best. So that is the 5 tips that we can use in order to deal with our anger. And to answer the questions how we can quickly get rid of the feeling of annoyance when we are talking to someone and they have the mental mantra or walk away. So that depends. First thing first, to get rid of the feeling, as I mentioned, that if you focus on something, it grows bigger. Imagine when you get frustrated over somebody, when the moment you focus on that person's face, you want to punch them, right? So that's what happened. In order to get rid of the feeling, it has to be back within ourselves. That's why the first thing first, pause. Though the mental mantra can be helpful, it's a recollection. It's like here and now, here and now, here and now, here and now, or whatever that you use as a mental mantra. It can make it something very simple for yourself, specifically to be a reminder. Whether walking away or not, it depends. There are moments that we need to walk away because it doesn't matter to fight with this person. For example, I don't know some of you, but I have the experience at the airport where people cutting the line in front of me. At first, I got really frustrated. I wanted to yell at them. But I decided to drop it and just walk away because it didn't worth it. Because even if I say something, doesn't mean that person is going to really regret or anything. It's just going to end up having more argument. And what should I do? End up jumping to more argument with them? But to make a reflection whether this should be walking away or should be explaining, that has to come from our reasonable and peaceful state of mind. Because if it comes out of the anger, it doesn't lead to constructive solution. It leads to destructive scenarios. So that's why it's not about fight or flight, but it's about face. But to face, we need to pause. Pause and looking from the side and see that should I continue to engage, explain, or should I just simply walk away and let it go? So that's how you do it.
Wow, yeah. So today we actually give away free 5 minutes meditation music for all who ask question. And so today, Vanessa Lee, you got that. We'll send that to your inbox. And now, while waiting for some of you, if you still have question, it doesn't really have to be about anger. If you have any question about meditation or other things you want to ask, I'm sure that our teaching monk will have something to say, at least like something that like for you to really like have like helped you, just an idea to help, so but after listening to this, I look back at myself like before. Yes, I'm kind of, yes, I have to admit that I'm that kind of person too. That yeah, really, when you have anger, you just want to win that argument. Yes, you just want to win in that situation. And then I also try a lot, but what I really found is that what really helpful is exactly as what you mentioned, ค่ะ Longpi, like for all those short term first pause, and then for the long run, I found that it's also very helpful for me as well to really when we meditate and then we try to maintain that peace energy and do like small mini meditation during the day. That's very helpful. But there's actually one thing I like to ask though, really related to the question that Vanessa just asked. That is, but if you are in the meeting, and there's actually someone asking the question the way that you kind of like feel like that person just want to win that argument, or just want them to, yes, like that person is right, but then you know that on this project or something, and you know that this is not okay, but deep down inside you feel like no, pause, don't say anything. If you say something, that's like you are going to like throw that anger to that person, so you try to calm yourself down. But in this kind of situation, you can walk away. But so do you have any tips to really be able to change that like energy into something else?
That
If you
starting
can.
from your You have to start from your energy first. I have been in that situation before where people asking questions just to give themselves the credit or just to annoying the people, annoying me especially. So I give you my example. I had one session that I went to prison in the prison in Romania. In Romania, there was actually maximum security prison, and they thought meditation was a good idea, so they let me do one of the sessions there. And we walk into the room. There were about 30 prisoners sitting right there waiting. So, as I started to explain about the concept of meditation and here and there were a bunch of guys up front on the right, kept, making these side talks, annoying questions just to irritate me. So, whatever he asked, I always answer very, very calmly, facts only. Whatever he asks about how annoying, I explain simply facts, facts, facts. I stick to the facts. I don't jump into taking participation in whatever he was trying. At the same time, focus on others who is more really keen to doing this thing, because I had the feeling that there are people who really want to learn and want to understand it. So we end up doing this 30 minutes guided meditation. Those guys didn't do it. They were just making a little sound here and there, noises, but nobody really cares so much. After the end of the meditation, a lot of guys were really happy about the meditation part. They were feeling calm, they're feeling very peaceful. So they're really enjoying it. But afterward, these guys still, making side talks and questions. I continue to respond to them, answering them calmly and smiling the whole time. Up to one point at the end, those guys asking my translator that, what happened to your monk? I have been trying for the last 1 hour to make him angry, and he's still smiling. Is there something wrong with him? At the end, I thought it's really funny that finally the guy was growing more impatient and upset for not being able to make me angry. So I answered to him, said, well, because I don't feel angry towards you. Do you want to live in anger the whole time? Does it feel good to be angry the whole time? And smiling back at him, he's getting even more frustrated that he couldn't answer. And everybody was laughing at him. So there are more in the situation when you have to deal with these people. First thing first, you don't need to try to explain what you feel, but explain the fact of what he's asking. That's all. Stick to the facts, stick to just the scenario.
And is it like consider rude to not saying anything? Like if someone says something and you have a feeling that you don't want to say it. If you say it, like
Well,
it's worse.
I understand. The thing is that everybody has the untold stat story that nobody knows about. When the person acting in certain kind of way, there must be issues inside themselves, whether they want to be heard, but they don't know how to express themselves. Sometimes they just have a lot of pain inside that they just want to reach somewhere. Remember that they said that there are internal angers and external anger. In this context of overcoming anger, we only talk about how to deal with our anger, but we forget that people around us also carry their own internal anger as well. So there were moments that they can't deal with their own angers, and it could arise from things that they make really sad and upset, and they just want to burst it out. So that's why when we just act calmly, be the water, it's cooling down. We had one situation when I used to work with Thai Airways. There was a passenger coming on board, fully upset, complaining, yelling the whole time. The moment they set foot on board, she was complaining like crazy. Like you wouldn't believe how a person can act like that. And all the way to the plane taking off, she was complaining about every little thing. And after the plane took off, we were trying the whole time to console her, to just, whatever she needs, try to provide it. And after, at the cruising speed, she was calm. She would stop, yelling and end up crying terribly. So we were worried. Like, what's going on with her? We went up there. We just, consoling her, talking with her, and finally she said that she just found out that her kids died, just died, only yesterday. And when she found out the news, it was chaotic. She was in the middle of vacation. It took a lot of time to reschedule, to change the booking, to get to the flight. And it was really late. He got overweight. He couldn't pack. Everything is like doesn't go right. So it makes her really feel frustrated. And when everything is accumulated, just doesn't know how to work with her own emotions. But at the end, she was buzzing out. We consoling her, and since we don't acting on her anger, so we end up having to be calm and feel a lot more comfortable. So when I look at this, sometimes they are, like us. There are moments that we growing this frustration inside, and we don't know where it comes from, but we just want people to hear us. And the same thing goes with others. So when we are being more compassionate, we can be that empty space for a person to really relieve and calm down. So that's why I said it's not about whether we confront it or we walk away. It matters that we grow this empty space first, the space of compassion for people to stand on. But then if they're just acting just to annoy or making fun, then it's something to be ignored. But if it's a resolved issue that needs to be resolved, and that needs to be engaged.
Wow, yeah. Yes, I kind of like see it like more clearly. Yes, when something happened, that's always like we don't know what those people they have been through. Yeah, they may have been through something. Otherwise, they will not just be like get angry. Because yeah, you are right. Normally, who want to be who want to feel angry all the time? No, yeah, there must be something. So I feel like once we see it like from the understanding that yeah, it really starts from pause. Without pause, nothing clear. You don't have clarity. You can't stop talking. You can do everything. So it's kind of like, yes, first thing first, pause, and the rest will come. Without pause, nothing will come. Yes, very good lesson, and also very good super moon meditation too. I felt like it was just 10 minutes. How long did we meditate today?
40.
40? Wow. That's because I really felt like it was 10 minutes, but I doubt that it's maybe 30 minutes because 30 minutes is our usual meditation. Wow. How many of you feel that it less than 40? Type 555 if you think it's less than 40 minutes meditation, if you feel less than 40 minutes meditation. Yes. And also, if you would like to join me to express our gratitude towards to our teaching monk, feel free to type 999. Feel free to type 999 as a way to express our gratitude toward to our teaching monk, Luang Pi Pasurat, tonight. And then we will meet each other again tomorrow and on Sunday for Soul Talk. Tomorrow will be just me. I will find some nice wisdom talk and we will meditate together with let's see, with Luang Pi Sander, but he will come in the MP3 version. But anyway, we just gonna do it together. All right, we'll see you guys all again tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Thank you so much ค่ะ Luang Pi Pasurat, for guiding us, for spending your time, invest your time on our class, and also your attention as well. It's very meaningful and wonderful session. Thank you so much. And again, for all of you, the clarity, it starts from when you have the clear mind. So don't forget to come do the daily pause every day. Thank you so much. See you again. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.